Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. We have Catherine McPhate in the studio today, and Catherine is from Natchez Children's Services. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me this afternoon.
All right, thank you for coming in. We had spoke, I guess it's been a couple of weeks now, and you had briefly told me kind of what you guys do, and I thought it was very intriguing, and I wanted to bring you in to. I think it's important that we get the word out as much as we can about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, no, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah. So why don't we just kind of you kind of tell us what you do and what Natchez Children's Services provides services.
So we are a nonprofit organization here in Adams County. We provide services to 5 counties: Adams, Claiborne, Jefferson, Franklin, and Wilkinson counties.
Okay.
And what we are is a children's advocacy center. So we provide services free of charge to children and their families of victims of crime, abuse, and neglect. So we provide services to children who have allegations of physical abuse, sexual abuse, victims of crime. They've maybe witnessed a homicide. There's allegations of neglect, kind of all of those things. And so we get referrals from Child Protection Services, law enforcement, or our district attorney's office. And we provide what's called a forensic interview, victim advocacy, trauma therapy, and all while utilizing a multidisciplinary team approach.
Wow, that's pretty broad and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, because that covers a lot of issues.
Right.
What ages are we talking about?
So we service 3 to 17 up until their 18th birthday.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So let's talk about some of the different services that you guys may provide.
Yeah. So one of them is forensic interviewing. And so what that is a neutral fact-finding conversation with a trained professional just to help the investigation either on law enforcement or Child Protection Services side to kind of gather information about the alleged abuse that they have experienced, the child may or may not have experienced. So they have that conversation, it's video and audio recorded, and then our team members are able to utilize that information to help further their investigation. And then also what follows that is what's victim advocacy. So the moment a child and family walk into our organization, we provide services to them throughout the end of the life of the case. So we have somebody that stays in contact with them. If the child or family have to go to court or trial, we have somebody that will accompany them to that to provide support.
Wow.
We check in, offer different services, see if we can connect the family and child to different resources in the community as well.
Man, that's amazing. I taught school. I taught middle school for 5 years, and it was a very, very, very mind-opening, I guess, experience. There's so much trauma out there, and, it's one of those things that is out there, but you have no idea what some of these kids are going through until you see it on a daily basis. So that's why I was really interested in learning more about what you do.
Right.
So what about... How do you guys fit in the picture? Like, if I saw something happening, or if I suspected something was happening in a kid's life or something like that, how do I approach that, and how do you fit into that picture?
Thank you for asking that question. That's a great question. So in Mississippi, all adults are considered mandated reporters. So if you suspect any child is experiencing abuse or neglect, you can make an anonymous report online through the Mississippi Department of Child Protection Services website. You can also call their hotline number. That number is 1-800-222-8000.
Okay.
So anybody can call. You can call anonymously and make a report, or you can give your information. It's completely up to you. And at that point, Child Protection Services may get involved, and then that's kind of when most of the time we'll get involved with that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people who have been here for a long time may have heard of what Natchez Children's
Home.
So tell us about that progression, because this is what used to be known as Natchez Children's Homes. So tell us the progression and the differences also.
Okay. So Natchez Children's Home was located on North Union Street. Everybody knows the big house over there with all of the kids. Well, in 2012, Natchez Children's Home turned to Natchez Children's Services. And that's when the Children's Advocacy Program kind of took light. And so that's when we started that. We're no longer located on North Union Street either. We are on Fatherland Road, close to Sergeant Prentice Drive, and so we're located behind a church. But we have signs out on the road, so it makes it easy for people to locate and find us too. And our information's on our website, www.natchezcac.org.
Okay, and we'll put that on the screen for everybody. And what's that number again? We'll put it on the screen with it. It's
1-800-222-8000.
Okay, yep. Awesome. Is there anything else, because we're going to jump into some fun stuff in a second. Yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about the Children's Advocacy Services?
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier kind of how people don't realize that what's going on in the community, may not realize how prevalent it is. Just to give you some statistical information, we served 325 kids this last fiscal year. So from July 1 to June 30th, and over half of those were Adams County cases alone. And half of those cases were sexual abuse allegations. So it's really difficult to hear, and people don't think that it's could be next door, could be at your school, could be your coworker, something like that. It's everywhere, and abuse doesn't discriminate. It's over all socioeconomic status, all races, religions, creeds, everything. Yeah. So we're just really doing the best that we can to provide these services. We've run off of some grant money, but really utilize private donations and everything in the donations from the public to really help our organization thrive and succeed.
Okay, and we're going to jump into a fundraiser that's coming up, but I want to ask this question before we do that. What if somebody out there sees something, but they may be a little bit timid and they're like, I don't really want to get involved with this. I don't want to get involved with all this craziness. Right.
I would suggest if anybody kind of suspects anything going on, to make the anonymous report. Make the either anonymously online or the phone call, the hotline you can make, because we want to make sure, even if maybe something's going on, maybe not, we'd rather err on the side of caution. Yeah. And if something's happening, help try and get it stopped and get these children's services.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's great information, and I'm really glad that we had the opportunity to get you in. I know you're busy, and I'm really glad, because this is awesome for the community to know.
Thank you.
So let's switch gears a little bit, and let's talk about one of those fundraisers that's coming up. It's the chili cook-off, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that and what it's for and everything.
So November 12th this year, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., we have the chili cook-off that Rotary hosts every year. And all the proceeds go to benefit Natchez Children's Services. So it's behind the Natchez Grand on the bluff. It's always a good time. We typically have anywhere between 18 to 20 teams. They all do different themes for their booths, and we have different prizes that we give out. And it's a really good time. It's a family-oriented event. Bring your kids, anybody of all ages. We're going to have different things for everybody set up down there.
Okay, can people still get involved with the cook-off part? Or?
Yeah, if somebody wants to do a team personally or a business, you can call us and we can get you the information set up and everything. If you would like to sponsor the event, we have that information as well that I can send over to you. We're definitely looking for any participation that people want to do.
What number would they call?
601-442-6858.
6858.
That's the number for Natchez Children's Services.
And what if people just want to come out that day? How does that work?
Yeah, so we'll have
tickets involved? Or?
Yes. Okay. We'll have two entrances, one on the Franklin Street side and one on Main Street side. Tickets, I believe, are $10. I think we raised the price last year. So it's $10. You get a tasting kit, and then you can go between the however many teams we have and taste all the different chili. And then you can vote on your favorite one. We have a team of judges that actually judge the competition. Okay. And so then there's a first, second, and third place winner. There's a best booth and People's Choice Award. So you can buy as many tickets as you want to vote for your favorite team to try and get an award. So it's always a good time. People at the last minute will be buying a whole bunch of tickets to try and get their booth to win.
Does it get pretty competitive?
Oh yeah, but it's all in good fun. It's friendly competition, but everybody's got different music and they always make it a good time.
Yeah, I remember last year going through there and I was like, because last year I didn't realize that it was that morning, and I went down there and I was like, what is going on over here? It looks like a blast.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wandered over there, and I was like, oh, I stumbled onto the chili cook-off. So yeah. So this year I will make sure that I'm ready for it.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
And another thing we sell is Tom Hughes does some pottery bowls. He's done them for years. And a lot of people know us for that and want the chili cook-off bowl for that year. So we will have a limited supply of those this year that we're going to be selling. So if you want one, you got to get there early before they sell out.
Okay, and again, give us the date and the time.
November 12th, and it's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The teams will get there at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, getting everything together. But yeah, so it'll be that afternoon.
Okay, well, that sounds like fun, and I very much appreciate the work that you guys are doing in the community and throughout all 5 counties. It's just as important in those other counties as it is here. And we're grateful to have great people looking out for our children. So,
thank you. Yeah.
So thank you very much for that. I hope everybody watching this today will write those numbers down and think through, if you see something, come back to this video, reach out to me, reach out to them, whatever you need to do. But let's keep our kids safe. That's the most important thing. I hope everybody enjoyed hearing this information. I hope everybody found it as informative as I did. And also hope to see everybody at the chili cook-off. It's going to be an awesome day. I can vouch for it. It's a lot of fun. Thank you to all of our partners who make it possible for us to get people like Catherine in the studio to share this information. I'd like to end by saying God bless everybody out there. And as always, have a champion day.
Hey y'all, I'm Juliana Wallace.
And I'm Ronnie Calhoun. Make sure to check out our social media pages and our website for upcoming episodes of Miss Lou Champion Street Interviews.
We're going to be giving away some awesome prizes, so keep an eye out for us because you may be our next winner. It's Juliana Wallace, and if you like what we're doing here at Miss Lou Champion Spotlight, make sure to like, follow, and share on all of our social media platforms. It costs you nothing, and it helps us continue to spread positivity all throughout the Miss Lou.